Next on Worcester News tonight, 3 men are facing felony charges. Millbury police say they were making counterfeit checks. Plus, a local crossing guard goes above and beyond, helping a mom and her child involved in a crash. Good evening, I'm Olivia Lemon. 3 men are facing felony charges. Millbury police say they were producing counterfeit checks. The arrests follow a lengthy investigation. Police used a search warrant on a home, and inside they found hundreds of fake checks. Our Cam Jandro joins us live now with more on the investigation. Cam.
Olivia, Chief Donald DESORCY says they were investigating this house for more than 4 months. Millbury police worked alongside the United States Secret Service and prosecutors from New Jersey. They say neighbors complained there was a high amount of traffic and people going in and out of the home at 10 Overlook Ave. After getting a search warrant, they found equipment to make fraudulent credit cards, counterfeit checks, and a loaded Glock 42 handgun. The department says suspects would steal information from bank accounts and use the information to withdraw money.
They would open a bank account, they would come back, and these individuals would essentially purchase that information. The bank card, the account numbers, the PIN numbers. They would then manufacture a check, deposit the check into the ATM, and then ultimately withdraw the funds, whatever funds were available prior to the bank realizing that the checks were counterfeit.
Now, the 3 suspects were already arraigned, and they are Kevin Asare, Kofi Badu, and Evans Manu Bimpe. Chief DESORCY says the investigation was a challenge.
A regular search warrant for drugs, we go and find the drugs and we confiscate that and move on. But this one here, there was, again, the investigation lasted approximately 4 months, a lot of surveillance.
The 3 men are being held on $15,000 cash bail. Chief DESORCY says he anticipates additional charges being sought in the near future. Olivia.
All right, Cam, thank you for that. A 27-year-old man is in the hospital tonight, listed in serious condition. Worcester police say the 27-year-old victim was stabbed several times. Detectives were on scene at Oread Street hours after they received calls of a possible disturbance. The victim was found by Clark University police early this morning. He is expected to survive. Police are investigating. Switching gears now, it was a beautiful spring day across central Massachusetts with plenty of sunshine and temperatures reaching 70 degrees. But could more rain be heading our way? Let's get a first look at our local forecasts with meteorologist Pamela Gardner.
Hey there, good evening. We're tracking a couple thunderstorms and, more importantly and more widespread, some showers along a cold front. That's going to continue to sink to the south through the course of this evening. So we're keeping a few showers in and around the area, central Massachusetts, between 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock, but then tapering off. And overnight tonight, we're going to be dry, mild with a few clouds, but any storm that develops and moves through this evening could produce some brief periods of lightning, a little bit of thunder, a brief heavy downpour, maybe some small hail and damaging wind gusts, but that's going to be very, very rare. Most of us experiencing the showers and the showers pushing out of Worcester County between 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock, and all those showers continue to taper off. So overnight tonight, we're dropping down to about 50 degrees in Worcester. It's the 50s all across Worcester County, but tomorrow afternoon we have plenty of sunshine in store for you. High temperatures in the low to upper 60s. But another round of rain for Thursday and Friday. I'll time out that rain chance for you in just a few minutes.
Traffic is diverted in the city when a truck hits a bridge on Webster Street this afternoon. A tractor trailer got stuck beneath a railroad overpass. Reports said the truck was not carrying anything. The driver was talking with police. This isn't the first time a truck has gotten stuck under the bridge. It's unknown if police will issue any citations in this case. A Grammy-nominated rapper from Worcester is under fire after shooting a video inside of a city church. The video got attention of a cable news host, and now the church is frustrated with the backlash it's receiving. ALYSHA PALUMBO explains.
Dear Lord, I got questions and I need answers.
When Grammy-nominated local rapper Joyner Lucas needed a setting for his newest music video, Devil's Work, he looked no further than his old stomping grounds in Worcester's Main South neighborhood inside St. Peter's Catholic Church.
And this young man in the video comes from our community, and his parents come from our community. His brothers play basketball here, and people in this community look up to him as a role model, the young man that's made it.
In Devil's Work, Lucas laments the deaths of rappers like Nipsey Hussle and Tupac and asks God why they had to die, but others convicted of crimes and misdeeds are allowed to live. But the contents of that video have come under fire since it was released, including showing prominent people like President Donald Trump on a funeral easel.
There's too much power for a coward with no intellect.
And asking God to teach conservative commentators a lesson.
Tommy Lauren run a mouth and then she get defensive.
Fox News host Tommy Lahren responded on Twitter, calling it totally disgusting.
I don't agree with the calling out certain people. I could see why they would be really offended by that. But this was his vision and his words to say it. They don't represent our thoughts.
Monsignor Francis Skolin says he tries to preach that social change will not come about through violent rhetoric, but he thinks people are missing the bigger message.
In the world filled with violence and good people and bad people, it's confusing. When is good going to triumph over evil? I think that was his point.
We reached out to Lucas and his team for a response, but we have not heard back. In Worcester, ALYSHA PALUMBO, Worcester News Tonight.
5 women are recognized for their accomplishments at a ceremony at Mechanics Hall this afternoon. All 5 were presented the Catherine F. Erskine Award during the Tribute to Women luncheon hosted by the YWCA. The award is named after the woman who served as president of the YWCA's board of directors in 1930 and again in 1960. The YWCA says the 5 women's accomplishments are in line with the organization's mission of eliminating racism and empowering women and girls.
They were nominated by their colleagues and peers, and then a panel of judges selected a recipient in each of the 5 categories: in medicine and science, business and law, government, social services and community, education, and arts and culture.
The YWCA also presented a Spirit of Leadership Award to the junior class president at North High School. New funding from the state will allow for increased affordable housing options for veterans, survivors of domestic violence, and the at-risk population. Lieutenant Governor Karen Polito announced $8.5 million in funding to create 145 units of supportive housing in Massachusetts. Grants went to projects in communities across the state, including the city of Worcester. The YWCA was one of the recipients. The organization is undergoing a $24 million renovation and plans to add 6 units to their housing.
That cycle of poverty for individuals in the lower income spectrum and be able to find a safe place to live, but also get the supports that they need, whether it's child care or behavioral health services, to be able to get to that next level in life.
And the Baker-Polito administration says they've invested more than $1 billion in affordable housing since 2015. They help kids get to school safe every day. And this morning, a city crossing guard used her protective instincts to help after witnessing a crash on a busy street. Our ROSLYN FLAHERTY joins us now with the story. ROSLYN.
Olivia, anyone who drives through Newton Square in Worcester knows how busy it can be, especially in the morning. Well, this crossing guard said it was her instinct to help when she witnessed a crash. Every morning, Joannie Romans stands at this crosswalk to make sure students get across the road safely. But Tuesday morning, she jumped into action when she saw a crash at Newton Square in Worcester, a young child in the back seat of one of the cars.
She's the one that hit the other driver, but her first instinct was to leave her son in the car and run to the other driver.
Roman says she knew she couldn't leave the child in the car by himself with cars in the rotary.
The mom walks away from the kid. I'm like, no, we can't do this. If I don't move this kid from the car, he's gonna get hit.
She stood in front of the car with her stop sign telling people to slow down. She then grabbed the child and called police, all while still doing her job.
I unbuckled him, and while I'm unbuckling him, I have kids that are coming, so I have to cross them too. So I had to cross them with him in hand, because at the same time, I still had to continue to cross my kids and get them across safely.
Parents picking up their children in the afternoon are praising Roman, saying they are thankful to have her as their crossing guard.
I think it's good that she's sticking to her job, but she's still protecting everybody.
I give her the utmost respect for doing that. That takes a lot of courage and a lot of work.
Roman is a mom of 4 and says it was her instinct to step in and help out, and says she would do it again.
I'm not a hero. I'm just doing my job. I have to cross these kids and make sure they get safe back and forth.
She says the mom did thank her afterwards. She says she witnesses many crashes, but nothing like this. Live in Worcester, ROSLYN, FLAHERTY, Worcester News Tonight.